Hello, I've done a video today about Anchor Church. Now, Anchor Church is a series of caves which are close to Ingleby in Derbyshire. I'll put the Ordnance Survey grid reference in the description. It's been occupied on and off since the 9th century. Anchor Church is thought to have got its name from an anchorite hermit, St. Hardulf, who lived and prayed there in the Anglo-Saxon period. And the word anchorite actually comes from the Greek word meaning to depart to the countryside, which kind of makes sense. By the 18th and 19th century, St. Hardulf's residency at Anchor Church had actually become folklore in the area. However, research in 2021 revealed that it was very likely that St. Hardulf did actually live there in the 9th century, and that he wasn't just a saintly hermit, but the exiled Anglo-Saxon King Eardwulf. Now, Eardwulf was deposed from the Northumbrian throne in 806, and he lived the remainder of his life as a hermit in the caves of Anchor Church, and he's actually buried in 830, 5 miles away at Breedon-on-the-Hill. But this discovery would make Anchor Church the oldest intact domestic interior to be found in Britain. How cool is that? For the metal detectorist among us, no coins from Eardulf era were known until the 1990s, and since then a total of 9 have been found by detectorists, unfortunately not by us. They're all debased silver and they don't have his portrait on. Now, King Eardwulf wasn't the only person to have lived a hermit's life in the caves. In the later Middle Ages, a deceptive monk named Bernard supposedly occupied them in solitary penance for his sins. He had been paid by the Baron of Boyville to inform local Lord Sir Hugo Burdett that Burdett's wife had been unfaithful to him. Boyville himself actually wanted to marry her. And when Burdett heard of this, he flew into a violent rage, killing Boyville and cutting off the hand of his wife, the one that her wedding ring was on. Now, the monk Bernard felt so bad for his part in the deception that he took himself off to Anchor Church, where he lived the remainder of his days. And in recent years, there's been some paranormals that have gone and visited the caves, and they've heard cries of distress, and they've seen hand shadows appeared on the walls of the cave, believe it or not. Now, descendants of Hugo Burdett in the 18th and 19th century actually owned Formark Hall, and they used Anchor Church as their summer house. They enlarged the caves, they made steps up to the entrance, and they fitted a door. And family and guests, I presume, would picnic there and take in the views. So that would have been nice. But today, Anchor Church no longer has the Burdett's door or its cosy furnishings, but what is left behind is the most ancient home in Britain, with carved out holes for windows and a number of adjoining rooms, and who knows what tales it can actually tell. Definitely worth putting on your to visit list, but just beware, if we've had prolonged wet weather, the River Trent does flood and you won't be able to get, so best to wait until we've had a dry period. If you watch to the end of the video, we've actually taken some pictures when it was snowing, which look really pretty. Obviously, it was before John was disabled that we took these pictures. But yeah, it's definitely worth visiting, so definitely put it on your to visit list. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. See you next time.